Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tashana. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for coming. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I love, something that I know the people on Facebook are tired of seeing me share, thing that I had to learn over the years, and it has changed my life, literally changed my life. And today's topic is how to set boundaries. Okay? Nobody, me, boundaries, everything, boundaries, okay? And if you don't like it, more than likely it's because you benefited from me not having any boundaries, and you want to be able to take advantage of that, and you're not able to, so you're offended. Don't ever feel guilty for setting your boundaries just because somebody else is uncomfortable, just because somebody wants to be able to take advantage and just walk over you and they're not able to because you have boundaries. I'm going to be talking about 5 ways how to set healthy boundaries for yourself, and in the long run it'll benefit your life, I promise.
You know it. Top everything, you know it. King already, you know it. My body soul got a king body. Body gon' shine, bling bling body. Calling all the shots, ring body.
So the first thing you need to be able to do when you're trying to set boundaries is being able to say no without having an excuse behind it. If you're a people pleaser, if you like to make people happy, if you're an empath and you sense that the person is going to feel bad if you say no, they're going to feel some type of way, and you don't want to just say no and come off as a bitchy kind of person, or just come off mean, and sometimes you're tempted to give an excuse like, I can't do it today because I have to do this other thing, or I can't do it, and hopefully you find somebody, or I wish I could but I have this thing and my grandmother, this that. You're always tempted to explain yourself and give an excuse as to why you can't do something for somebody. You have to get comfortable with being able to say no, and that's just it. Can you do this thing for me? No, I can't. And that's it. You just leave it at that. Dry, nothing else. No, I can't. Oh, sorry, no. You can just say like, sorry, no, without giving an excuse. If you find yourself always saying no and always finding an excuse, you don't have proper boundaries. Tip 2 is do not go out of your way for people who wouldn't do the same for you. If you find yourself in a one-sided relationship, everything, it's always you. If it has to be, if it comes down to something where both of you could sacrifice, you always end up with being the person that needs to sacrifice your time, or other relationships, anything. It's just like you're always sacrificing. Don't go out of your way to please those type of people. In the long run, you're not going to be able to have any sense of self because you gave so much to that person, and you lost yourself along the way because all you were doing was pouring out of yourself, and then you're empty. You don't have anything left because all you were doing was pouring. Also, even if somebody would do the same for you in certain instances where they would also be willing to sacrifice as well, if you're genuinely not able to do something, don't break your back for anybody. Don't break your back for anybody. Say like you have your sleep time at like 3 a.m. and somebody has a problem with their spouse or whatever, and they want to be able to call you up at 3 in the morning to talk to you about their relationship issues. Setting a boundary right there would mean, hey, I know you're going through a lot, but you have to be able to like pull yourself out until like at least 9 a.m. and then you can give me a call. I'm willing to talk to you. I'm willing to help you out of your situation, but at this time I need sleep. You're taking away from my sleep time. Not saying be a bitch or anything like that, but those are instances where you can set boundaries. And first of all, if you allow people to be able to do whatever they want with you, they're going to slowly take their time and continue to do more and more and more until you get to a place where it's like they're walking all over you and you're like, how are you able to do this? Like, why do you feel comfortable doing that? And it's because you didn't set any boundaries with them in the first place. It's the little things that they were able to do in the beginning that you turned a blind eye to. Now they feel like they're so comfortable and they can do whatever they want to do. Tip 3 is there are people that you say like you're a private person. For example, someone like me. I have very few friends that I will share certain things with, and I will share to an extent however comfortable I am with a certain person. Those people now have a ton of other friends, right? They have so many friends that they share everything with. So even when it comes on to your personal business, they're telling their friends, when you would never stop and share certain information with their friends, because they're their friends, not your friends. And even so, even if they're your friends as well, you have your boundaries with different people. So if everybody is hearing your business and it's not coming from you, you have to let that person know, like, hey, those people are your friends, they're not my friends, and I would prefer if whatever I tell you, you don't go and share it with other people. If that person, you realize that person is just like a talker, they don't hold water, they can't shut up, the mouth set on spring all the time, and even if it's other people's business, you realize they want to share it with you even if you're not asking, you have to stop sharing with that person, because sharing with that person means sharing with everybody else. So you have to either tell the person straight up, like, hey, I'm not going to be sharing with you if you continue to share my business, or just stop sharing with them. Sometimes you realize, well, okay, this is not working out for me, and you have to go the extra mile, whatever you need to do. If it's changing your phone number, because a lot of people have your phone number. Say for example, you gave someone, your friend, your phone number, and that friend has somebody else in their life that they're just like, hey, can I get so and so's number, and they just get up and give your number away. You have to be proactive and let other people know that, hey, I am this way with you, I'm not necessarily this way with everybody else, please don't give out my number. And I have to do that like many times. Like I have to tell people, like, I'm giving you my number, I'm not giving other people my number. So if somebody asks you, you can just say, I don't have it. I don't know if you want to lie or be straightforward and say, hey, she's not comfortable with everybody having her number. I'm not going to put myself in that type of situation. If you see her, or if you find her somewhere, you can ask her for her number. Number 4 is be respectful of others. So if you want your boundaries respected, you have to respect other people, and you have to show other people respect so that they know that, hey, she's not asking for something that she's not able to give. She's not asking for, because some people love to think you're asking for too much. They have to go out of their way to be this extra person for you, and it's just like, okay, but the same things that I'm asking you for are things that I am also willing to give. I wouldn't give out your number, or I wouldn't call you at 3 in the morning to talk about my relationship issues. I wouldn't try to wake you up out of bed. You're not texting people 10 o'clock in the night. You're not texting people, say for example, you don't want people messaging you when you're not on the clock. You don't want people messaging you from work when you're off the clock. Don't do that to other people. You don't want people messaging you when you're not at work, so don't message other people. Make sure whatever boundaries you have, it's a mutual thing with whoever is in your life. You're willing to give that. And the last and final tip is be honest. So you want to make sure you're honest with yourself and honest with others. So if it's something that you know that every time you do it, say somebody wants you to watch their kid, and every time you go to watch their kid, you realize you're so drained. Like, it takes a lot out of you to dealing with getting up, cooking, whatever it is that you need to do for their kid. You're drained at the end of the day. You need to be honest with yourself and realize, oh, this is something that takes away from my energy level. It's not making me show up in other areas in my life. this one thing is taking away from my life. So when I come home, I'm not able to wash my dishes and take care of what I need to take care of in my house because I am drained. You need to be honest with yourself and honest with the person and let them know, I'm not able to do this thing. I can't do it. You don't have to give them a while. Like I said, you feel like, okay, at least I can do is just tell her, hey, whenever I watch your kids, I'm drained and I come home and I don't have any energy and I have to just shower and go straight to sleep because I'm so exhausted by your kids. Don't say that to nobody. A bad example because people take their kids so seriously and they might get their feelings hurt. But the point of the matter is, try and be honest with yourself. If something is really, even though it seems like very small and it's not a big deal, if something is really and truly taking away from you, you need to be honest with yourself and honest with the other people and let them know that you cannot do something because of whatever reason, or just say no. Because at the end of the day, you're going to find yourself resenting the person. Every minute you want to watch a picnic, every minute you're rotten picnic them one, this is that. You're going to find yourself resenting the person and being unhappy with yourself because you weren't honest with yourself and you were doing things that you truly did not want to do. So try and always be honest with yourself. And that's just one example. I could give you many other examples. Just anything that you know that you do and the only reason why you do it is to make the other person happy. You need to come to terms with that. I'm only doing this thing to make you happy. It's taking away from my personal life. Anything that's taking away from your personal life to do it for other people, try and be selfish with yourself. It's not selfish to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself before you're able to show up for other people and show up in the world as your best self. And the thing is, no matter how much you show up for other people, you show up for them 10 million times. The one time you're not able to show up for them, that's the one thing they remember. So at the end of the day, you're giving your all, and then whenever you really and truly cannot because you're so drained, they are going to turn on you anyways. They're going to come tell you that they really needed to do this thing and how dare you not be able to do it, blah blah blah. So at the end of the day, take care of yourself and don't push yourself too much. Don't break your back for anybody because at the end of the day, they are not going to remember all the times you broke your back and you weren't able to take care of your household because you were too busy breaking your back for them. I love boundaries. I'm obsessed with setting boundaries. I know people tired of me, but it's just like, no, you cannot give my number out. No, I'm not going to be doing this. You cannot send me text messages after work. Send me an email whenever I go in. I will address the email. Leave me alone. And let's fight to the end, because if it is that you're not able to respect my boundaries, I don't know where you think you're going with it. I don't know where you think you're going, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sacrifice me for you. It's like choosing me over you, and I'm always going to choose me. So I don't know why people even fight. It's like I said, it's manipulative people, narcissists that are not, they weren't used to, entitled people that weren't used to people setting boundaries with them, so they lose it whenever it's just like, oh no, she has boundaries. Yeah, she does, and please get away. That's it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.